Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Our course material is also available for Hindi medium students. If you know a learner from Hindi medium, please share it with them. The link for Hindi medium lessons can be found in the bio of this video. In last part we learned what were the aftermaths of the Battle of Plassey and how the Britishers entered the Indian kingdoms and started interfering in their political decisions. We also learned how did the Britishers evolve their business from trade to supplying alliance forces to the Indian kingdoms. Tipu Sultan, the Tiger of Mysore. The southern eastern Indian state of Mysore served as a profitable trade of the Malabar coast. Company used to purchase spices like pepper and cardamom from here. Under the leadership of powerful rulers like Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan, Mysore had grown in strength and independent trade. Tipu Sultan was known as the Tiger of Mysore due to his bravery instances. It is said that once he went hunting in forest with his French friend, where he fought a tiger hand to hand. His gun stopped working, and his dagger fell to the ground. He battled with the tiger unarmed, and killed him when he finally got hold of his dagger. Since then, he was called the Tiger of Mysore. In 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper, and cardamom through his kingdom, and disallowed local merchants from trading with the company. He also took help of the French associates in modernizing his army. Tipu Sultan and his father Hyder Ali were always against company's trade policies. They defeated the company in several wars between 1767 and 1799. However, the company made Tipu Sultan sign a treaty in 1792, when they attacked the Mysore kingdom with the help of the Marathas and the Nizam of Hyderabad. Britishers held his two sons as hostages and got him sign the treaty. This was followed by another battle in 1799, the Battle of Serengapattam, a town in South Karnataka, in which Tipu Sultan died protecting his kingdom. After the war, Britishers handed over the Mysore kingdom to form a ruling dynasty of the Wadiyar, and a subsidiary alliance was imposed. War with the Marathas. In 1761, after the defeat in the Battle of Panipat, Marathas' dream of ruling Delhi got shattered. After the war, Maratha Empire started splitting into different dynasties such as Sindhia, Holkar, Gaikwar, Bhonsle and so on. These dynasties were then ruled by their chiefs, or Sardars. The chiefs were operating under the governance of a Peshwa or the Prime Minister, under an arrangement called Confederacy, which means alliance. From the late 18th century, East India Company started its attempt to destroy the Maratha power, and defeated Marathas in multiple wars. The first war ended in 1782 with the Treaty of Salbai. There was no clear victory. The second was the Anglo-Maratha War, from 1803 to 1805, was fought on different fronts, resulting in Britishers winning over Odisha and the territories of North Yamuna River, including Agra and Delhi. Finally, the Third Anglo-Maratha War, from 1817 to 1819, crushed the remaining Maratha power. The Peshwa was removed and was sent to Kanpur with a pension. Now the company had full control over the Maratha territories. Annexation of the India, and claim to paramountcy. Lord Hastings governed the East India Company, from 1813 to 1823. Under his governance, company started an aggressive territorial expansion, and a new policy was initiated, paramountcy. Companies started believing that their power and authority is paramount and supreme compared to existing Indian rulers, and that they can govern India better. Hence, they began expanding their territories across different states in India. To take control in the north, they fought two battles in Afghanistan in 1838 and 1842, and established the company rule in Sindh in 1843, and in Punjab in 1849. It was difficult to establish company rule in Punjab because of Maharaja Ranjit Singh's supremacy. In 1839, after his death due to illness, company started attempts for controlling Punjab, and finally took over Punjab in 1849. By this time, company rule had established in almost 70 to 80% Indian states and territories. The doctrine of lapse. After establishing the company rule on major Indian states, the final wave of British establishments came under the governance of Lord Dalhousie, who was the governor for the East India Company between 1848 to 1856. In the final phase of ruling over the Indian states, Lord Dalhousie devised a policy known as Doctrine of Lapse. The doctrine declared that if an Indian ruler died without a male heir, his kingdom would lapse and become a part of the British territory. As an aftermath, many kingdoms were affected by the Britishers simply by applying the doctrine of lapse. To name a few, Satara in 1848, Udaipur in 1852, Nagpur in 1853, and Jhansi in 1854. In 1856, the Nawab of Awadh, Wajid Ali Shah Mirza, wanted to pass his throne to his nephew. Britishers quoted that the Nawab was breaking the company's law, and hence Britishers had to take a strict action against the Nawab, by eliminating the Nawab, in order to manage the misgovernance that he brought. Enraged by the humiliating dismissal of Awadh Nawab, people of Awadh joined the 1857 revolt against Britishers. The revolt of 1857 was registered as the first war of freedom against the Britishers, in which local rulers like Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, and other rulers from territories like Kanpur, Bihar, Rajasthan and more, participated in the war along with the Indian soldiers in the British Army like Mangal Pandey. The revolt outraged the wrongdoings of the British East India Company and was registered as India's first war of independence. However, the revolt of 1857 did not prove successful, and Britishers soon took the situation under their control and put an end to the nationwide revolt. One of the major reasons for the failure of the 1857 revolt was, firstly, the lack of unity, planning, and efficient leadership on the Indian side, and secondly, the organizational and military superiority of the English side, who was led by very able and experienced generals. It was realized that India as a nation lacked religious unity, a good governance and strategic war skills. Unless these differences were addressed, it was very difficult to win independence from the British Raj or colonialism.